This is the Kizer Mystic, a knife new this year from Paul Munko. Paul Munko designed this. He also did the Clairvoyant, a large sheep's foot for them, and before that, the Comet. Two beautiful knives, but this is the first Paul Munko I have in my collection, and I'm honored to have it there because I've interviewed him, and he's a great guy designing really cool knives. And I like to own at least one knife from everyone I talk to, and I haven't done that, but um, I'm really psyched to have this one. Mystic, named after Mystic, Connecticut, where Paul Munko hails from. It's a whaling town in the days of yore, and just a maritime place, and that's what this is inspired by. It has Rex 45 on that harpoon clip point blade. Yes, harpoon, uh, but also Rex 45. This is the first time I've had this blade steel, and what I really like about it is that it will patina, and is patinaing. I took some of that off. I didn't like how it was developing, but it's coming naturally, and I love that. But I'm also discovering what a great steel it is. It is so keeps like a really tremendous edge. This is the factory edge still. It's sharp. It's kind of toothy. Um, it's a sort of grippy edge, and I've used it a lot, and it's still kicking. Honestly, I have not done the research on Rex 45 beyond reading what its basic characteristics are. And I also know that our trusted voices like Jared Neve love it and are super impressed by it. I have a feeling it's a bear to sharpen, but I don't know. I haven't needed to sharpen it yet. But a really cool choice for a blade steel, and I look forward to seeing this um, over time, seeing what happens with the blade. And I say over time because I have been carrying this a lot more than, say, other new knives that I've gotten recently. And I feel like this is just going to be a stalwart in my collection. To me, it doesn't seem, it seems timeless, the design. I love the linen micarta. It's a olive drab linen micarta, which on this side is definitely showing um, some hand patina, if you will. And on this side, a little bit over here too. Um, I really like linen micarta. I like the fine weave. You got a backspacer here and a hidden lanyard post. I like that sort of waisted or wasp waisted chamfer there. That looks really nice. And a bolster lock. I love bolster locks because they don't in any way, you're not hampered by the lock bar. The action is not hampered in any way by that lock bar, and your fingers depressing it, fat fingering it, especially if it's a slender handle. And this one, it's not a slender handle, but it does slender out right there at that curve. Very ergonomic, that being said. Feels great in that um, saber grip. And then, of course, that swale there is just begging for your thumb or your forefinger where that harpoon is. Very nice. The action is excellent. I love those big thumb studs. Terraced nicely. You get really good grip on it. Where you get a disappointing grip, and everyone else has mentioned that, is right here on the front flipper. You want front flippers to be a little grabbier than they are. It's like they probably were, and then they tumbled the blade, and in doing so softened some of that jimping. But you can still do it. And for me, actually, the longer I've had the knife, the easier it is. For me, this is the true test. And if I can do it with my forefinger, it's not that bad. Because I am not Mr. Front Flipper, but that works for me. I love the hidden, by the way, I love that hidden hardware clip, sculpted titanium pocket clip. It's got subtle sculpting on it. I do like it. Kind of echoes the sculpting on the handle, but it's also very simple. I like the overall shape of the knife. It reminds me of a whale, kind of like the Orion Cetus. It has that overall shape, sort of, what is it, whale-like. There's a word for it. I like that the pivot collar is echoed here. That same material is echoed in the pivot collar. And it's a very handsome looking knife, closed. Love the shape of the bolster. I'm crazy about everything about this knife. I absolutely adore this knife. And yeah, I kind of haven't felt that way. Excuse me, haven't felt that way about a folder in a long time. And this came along, and another one, which I'll be doing a video on tonight as I do this, also got my attention. But this one, more so than pretty much anything in a long time. I've been on a big fixed blade kick and slip joint kick, and this one has invaded both of those spaces, and I love it. I love it. It's great for daily carry, and I've been just leaving it on my dresser and just grabbing it. One thing that you'll notice is that the action on this is just ridiculous. Okay, so I have a couple of knives for comparison, and the first one is the Towser K, also by Kizer. Nice, I like their thumb studs, by the way. Also by Kizer, and also has sickeningly guillotine-esque action. It's so, the action here is actually even smoother if you have a Towser K and you're wowed by that action. This is even more awe-inspiring. It just really is so smooth that I'm constantly like, is that loose? And then listen to this. That clip is ever so slightly loose. If I shine a light, you'll be able to see probably. Oh, you see right there, tiny bit of space. It doesn't affect it at all. But sometimes you hear it when you close it. So that super smooth action with that sound of that rattle always makes it like, oh, is that loose? And of course, it's not. It's just the pocket clip is ever so slightly. But I don't feel like taking the whole knife apart to get at it, to bend it, to make it not do that. So I'm living with it. Such a great knife, and it's nice and light. This is making me want the Clairvoyant because though I'm not a huge sheepfoot guy on a bigger knife, I think I will dig it. It's got a lot of the same aesthetics. That one is a button lock. So let me show you this with a couple of other knives that, I don't know, bring out a similar thing in me. This is the Night Horse by Dirk Pinkerton. His modernized take on a Navaja, Spanish Navaja. So a bit of a modernized historical take on a knife. And that's kind of what I feel this is. You know, it's like a knife. It's like a modern version of a knife that never existed. You know, if one-handed openers existed during the whaling time, well, dadgummit, they might look exactly like this. By the way, really nice sharpening choil, I'm thinking. But yeah, two knives that sort of evoke a past. And here it is with the K Max Rom Pelican, or Preta 2. This one, a lot for the blade. I love that sort of double-peaked buoy style, double-peaked clip point, harpoon style. And I'm not a huge harpoon fan, but here this doesn't strike me as much as a harpoon as it does just a double-peaked Bowie style. So these two knives kind of fit a similar build to me. Basically, especially in terms of blade shape. And then here it is with another bolster lock that is new to me that I've been crazy about. This is the Artisan Hyperion. This was a birthday gift to me from Dave, this old sword. And man, just a beautiful sort of modernized take on a historical In this case, buoy slash gunstock jack. Really, really nice. And also a bolster lock. I'm just loving the bolster locks. The older I get, yeah, give me a bolster lock so I don't mess up that deployment. Whoops, like I just did there. All right, you got to check this out. I would get on it just because I've been burned before where I think a knife is going to be there forever and I don't buy it. Like the Wii Black Cow. Man, I really regret not getting the Wii Black Cow, and no one has it. No one's going to sell it to you. So if you like this knife and you think it's cool, you should probably jump on it. All right, thanks for watching.